9 million small business owners in the United States alone fear their business will not survive through the pandemic. They are forced to close as they don't have any options to continue running their business remotely. Additionally, big technology companies like Amazon and Facebook thrive off of their downturn. This is only the pandemic. Outside of the pandemic, mega corporations like Amazon treat small businesses as cannon fodder for their own pursuits. These are the overwhelming problems that inspired Wishlist. Wishlist is an application that gives businesses full vision, disclosure, and authority to seek out customers and form better relationships with them. Wishlist's power comes from the flexibility of small business owners, as they, unlike big business owners, can adjust their offers for each customer. Additionally, our artificial intelligence and natural language processing enables customers to effortlessly enter lines of text, and it'll reach the corresponding retailers without them having to put in any legwork. Without any further ado, let me demonstrate Wishlist. The customer, Bart in this case, signs in so that he can then see all the items on his wish list, and then he notices that he has a notification on one of them, so he goes and checks it out. He then chooses to accept the notification, which lets the seller know that he does want the item to be shipped to him, and once he has accepted the item, the notification disappears, and now this item in the form of a sentence is then analyzed through natural language processing in the backend and through AI models, which are able to derive the sentiment, the different parts of speech of the sentence, and are able to associate it with the current sellers to know which ones it is relevant to. Now, on the seller's perspective, he logs into his account where he then proceeds to observe the current status of the offers that he has sent to people. He notices that some have been accepted, some are pending, and then he moves on to continue making more offers to more potential customers. He begins clicking on the customer, seeing what they want, how far away they are, useful information, if you're going to be shipping it to them or if they're going to be coming to you. After some analysis, the seller then decides to make an offer based off the information he has gathered. He chooses a price and selects the delivery date of when it will be delivered. This portion of the application depends on the Google Maps API, which is then wrapped around a React wrapper so that I can then put any kind of information that I want inside the maps and it stays grounded where it should be. All of the data being saved and exchanged between these two parties is saved onto a Hazura server, which uses PostgreSQL and GraphQL to keep the data organized and clean while still providing you an abundance of features to always get the data that you want in a clean format. Now we will be looking at Lisa, who first signs into her account, and then as always, we can see all of the items within the user's account. And then she notices that Apu made a offer to her on one of her requests. She checks it out and she chooses that she doesn't want it, so she declines it. Lisa then proceeds to see her other item, which she has a notification on, and she chooses not to take an action on it. So she returns, and like Bart, our previous customer we were looking at, she chooses to add an item. But in her case, she's looking for electronics as she says, I lost my charger. So it will not be seen by Apu, but instead it'll be seen by another merchant, another small business owner who deals in electronics. Here we see Joe, a small business owner who sells electronics. He first signs into his account and then sees the current state of all of his offers. He notices that he has many on accepted, some declined, and some still pending. He then proceeds to make new offers, and as he looks around, he notices that Lisa, who just posted a request, is visible there, looking for a charger. He makes an offer, and another offer. This way, the customer has more options. Now, Joe looks at other offers that are uniquely catered to his business and his area to see if maybe he should make more offers. Joe then sees on his offer status page that the offers he just made are now updated. Now we see Lisa on the app noticing that she received two new offers from Joe. She chooses to accept one and decline the other. Finally, we return to Joe's client, which shows that the offer status has now changed, and he can see that the offer, one of them was accepted and the other was declined. This effortless, seamless, and fulfilling cycle is what's going to strengthen the bond between the small business owner and the customer.